Yeah, I should win just because you had the Timberwolves in the 8th seed.
Vasilevsky's been playing really well, and the Lightning have a great offense.
Yeah, it was a tremendous shot, and I've come to expect it from LeBron, who's become one of the clutchest players in NBA history as of recently.
So I have him going off one night, but I think he's just going to get tired. So that's why the Nets winning in 5.
I would say I wish the best for the Red Sox, but as a Yankees fan, that's really hard for me to do.
The biggest addition to me is Jalen Brunson.
Both teams that beat the Rangers are rebuilding faster than the Rangers.
Why'd you have to name him? Like, seriously. Thanks, man. To me, those top 2 starters are Lucas Gaelito and Lance Flynn.
Kaprizov and the rest of this crew. Jordan Greenway, who doesn't get enough props. He definitely is somebody who needs to be mentioned more. I definitely think it's going to be a great series, and I'm interested to see how much Kaprizov can impact the game as a rookie.
How is Joe Burrow going to get the ball to them if his butt is already on the ground when he finally decides who to throw to?
Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers, and that's all I have to say. He's still a top 5 quarterback in this league, and there's nothing really anyone can do about it.
All I could think of was Dame.
I don't think they will. If they don't have Anthony Davis, I'm saying it right now, if Anthony Davis is out for the playoffs, they don't make it out of the first round.
And then I want to talk about the Fernando Tatis extension, because that really surprised me. Because he's so young.
The Hurricanes just have too much. They're probably the most complete team this year, and I anticipate them winning.
You know what this means, Bengals. Take the nice one. Do not let what happened to Andrew Luck happen to Joe Burrow.
Clippers versus the Nets. Who would have thought 5 years ago that the Clippers and Nets would be facing in the finals?
But I have the Sixers versus Jazz.
Crazy. And for the fans at home, for the listeners at home.
Hello, I'm Cy Mendenhall, and you're listening to Outsiders Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? It's that time of year again, as it is already NFL playoffs, and we are doing NFL playoff predictions. We're sticking to our previous format that we've done in all the other playoff predictions. This is our first time doing it with the NFL. We are starting with the wild card round and then going all the way to the Super Bowl winner. So we'll go wild card round. Austin, let's start with the NFC, the Bucks versus Eagles, and then just to clarify on points, the wild card games are worth 1 point, divisional round 2 points, championship 3 points, Super Bowl is 5 points, and then we also have a score or what the difference is going to be in the scores, and that's 1 point, and then we give an actual score for the Super Bowl that is 2 points, and then Super Bowl MVP at 2 points. But let's get started with Bucks versus Eagle. Austin, I'll let you go.
So yeah, the Eagles are the only team in the playoffs this year, and only the second team all time. The Falcons are another team that did it. It didn't give me the year when I looked at the stat, but the Falcons are the only other team ever to make the playoffs after winning 0 games versus teams that made the playoffs. I don't give the Eagles much of a chance here, even though they do have a good rushing attack. I have the Bucks winning by 12 points.
I have the Bucks winning by 13 points, so a little bit difference. One difference to start off. Now we go to Cowboys versus Niners. This one is very tricky with me because to me this is a toss-up given which specifically it's a winner take all. It depends who shows up. But with the Cowboys, they've been very they alternate. And the thing with the Niners is they have a great ground attack and a great pass rush attack. But to me, Jimmy Garoppolo holds them back, and we can understand that Jimmy Garoppolo holds them back, and they know that because they drafted his replacement, Trey Lance. I'm surprised he's not playing now. But the difference in quarterbacks, Jimmy G versus Dak, I take Dak in that matchup, so I'm taking the Cowboys in that matchup by 2.
That's actually crazy because I have the Niners winning this game by 2 points. So that's actually kind of crazy that we both have it by the same amount. I think this game will be very, very close. I just think the experience of the Niners really speaks to them here, and that's what the advantage is. The Niners have been to a Super Bowl recently. They have a lot of players on that team that have gone on very long playoff runs, unlike the Cowboys, who have not made it past the divisional round for a billion years now. So I think the 49ers, with that advantage and with their good pass rush attack and good linebackers, I think they barely get an advantage, but I could see this game going either way.
Yeah, it's pretty tough, but it will be interesting to see who wins. Now, this other one is a toss-up to me, is the Rams versus Cardinals. Who do you have winning?
So this is yeah, I agree 100% toss up, but I think this game is going to be by a wider margin than Cowboys versus 49ers. I have Rams by 4.
Okay, I have the Rams too by 3.
Yeah, the
So
Rams are a team that's
wider than
been
the Cowboys.
yeah, still a wider margin. The Rams have been a team that's been off and on, but they're still a really good team, and I feel like the main reason why they lost that game was against the Niners was the Niners were playing for the playoff lives. They lose, they're out. So the Rams now are going to play with that desperation, and the Cardinals have not been playing as well lately. And while they do have some good players like Kyler, they're still without D Hop, and I do think that matters in a game of this magnitude, and I think that gives the Rams the advantage.
To me, the Cardinals seem to be in a tailspin, and I'm not a huge fan of Cliff Kingsbury. And I don't, even though he did well in the regular season, I don't know how he does in the playoffs. And they've lost 4 out of 5 games, the only one being beating the Cowboys. So that's why I go with the Rams on this one. And now I think we can go to the AFC wild card. Chiefs versus Steelers. Who do you got?
I don't think this game's going to be all that close. I have it double digits, but I do think it's going to be closer than many people think. I feel like a lot of people are going to say, well, it's going to be 36-10 like it was earlier. They're going to win by 20 plus. No, I have Chiefs by 10. I believe that TJ Watt is going to play inspired, going to get to the quarterback. I believe Big Ben will have a good game, not a great game, a good game, and we'll keep it close. The Chiefs score a late touchdown, get it up to 10 points, and that's where it ends. But I don't believe that this is going to be a rout.
Yeah, I believe I don't see the Steelers getting beat like they were when they last played. I think Tomlin is gonna do his prepare his team well, and I have the Chiefs winning by 12. A little bit more than you, but I could see it being much closer if the Steelers do everything right. But I just don't see them doing that. Now we go to Bills versus Patriots. I have Bills beating the Patriots because last this is in Buffalo. I don't see the last time the Patriots beat Buffalo in Buffalo. We saw Mac Jones only threw the ball about 4 times, 3 times. So I you're gonna need more from your rookie quarterback in the playoffs. So I don't think he does well, and I so the quarterback matchup I go with Josh Allen, and I just believe in the Bills, and it's by 6.
Yeah, so I think the Bills Patriots game is going to be the closest matchup of the playoffs. The Bills have been a team that was down against the Jets going into the fourth quarter before they turned it on. Josh Allen is a great quarterback, but the Bills are a team that likes to be losing games and then come back, and that's not very good against a Bill Belichick team. And while I do think the Bills will win this game, it's only going to be by 1 point. I have Bills over Patriots by 1.
Interesting. So we both anticipate a close game, but now we go to Bengals versus Raiders. I have Raiders by 1 because the only way I see the Raiders winning this is with a game-winning touchdown or field goal, with a drive set up with a drive from Derek Carr. So I think the Raiders get the last drive, and that leads them to winning the game. And I think the streak of the Bengals not winning a playoff game continues. So who do you have?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the Raiders win this game. I have it by 4. Joe Burrow's been sacked 51 times this year, and Max Crosby looked like a beast against the Chargers, and I think that will continue. They have Yannick Ngakwe, who is a great pass rusher as well on the Raiders, and I believe that team is going to be coming for the quarterback. And against a team with a terrible line like the Bengals, who again have allowed 51 sacks this year, and Joe Burrow didn't play the last game of the year, still led the league in sacks. How many times he was sacked? And I think it's going to come back to bite a team that obviously has a great offense, but if the quarterback's on the ground, you can't throw the ball.
Yeah, so the only difference we have is Cowboys versus Niners. But now let's go to back to the NFC divisional round. Packers get off the bye and they will be facing the Rams. Um, who do you have? You have the Packers facing someone else, correct?
Yeah, I have Packers versus Niners.
So I'll let you talk about that matchup, and then I'll talk about Packers versus Rams.
Got it. So I have Packers versus 49ers, and the 49ers, this is where I really think that quarterback matchup really matters because David Bakhtiari is now back. So that pass rush will be dwindled by the 49ers, while the Cowboys have struggled with health issues on their O line. I don't really know where that settles right now, but I know Dave Bakhtiari played against the Lions, gets another week off for him to rest, and now he's going to be basically 100% when this starts. Um, I really like how Aaron Rodgers is playing this season, and Aaron Rodgers, one of the major MVP candidates, with a healthy O line, good running backs, Devontae Adams fully healthy, a terrible secondary, not terrible, much below average secondary with the 49ers. I don't know who guards Devontae. So I have Packers by 10. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I think Packers win this game uh, by 10 points and go back to the conference championship game for the third straight season, this time for the second straight time at home.
So I have the Packers beating the Rams. It's by 7. The Rams, this is a repeat, or this is a rematch from last year in the divisional round. The Rams just couldn't get it going on offense. To me, the Rams, I didn't like what I saw against the Niners when they allowed the Niners to drive the length of the field in under 2 minutes. And I think with the Packers, they also have a dominant run game, and we saw the dominant run game from the Niners. So I think that really, the run game from the Packers is going to lead them to beat the Rams. But now we go to Bucks. I have the Bucks facing the Cowboys. This is a rematch of Week 1. I think it's still a close game, and it's Bucks winning by 3. So I'll let you talk about your Bucks matchup.
Yeah, another thing for this, for that Rams game and for the Garoppolo game, 49ers game, Aaron Rodgers doesn't turn over the football. So if you're going to have the quarterback do that often, it hurts. But now going to my matchup, which is Bucks versus Rams. The Rams did beat the Bucks in Week 3. That was the Bucks' first loss of the season, but I don't think that's going to happen again. I have Bucks by 6. I think the Bucks are going to be a team that's going to be relatively healthy. Leonard Fournette should be back. Levante Davis should be back. Shaq Barrett should be back. JPP should be back. A lot of guys should be back and healthy. And I really think that is the advantage. And while Tom Brady has thrown some picks this year, he threw 12. That wasn't Matthew Stafford's 17. And he led him in all these other stats. And I don't know who I would trust more. The quarterback that, if this does happen, he'd have won his first playoff game, but Tom Brady's won 34. I just don't think the advantage is with the Rams here, especially with the Bucks having all of this experience, bringing back basically everyone from their last Super Bowl team. I say basically because Chris Godwin's going to be out, AB is going to be out guaranteed uh, because of the whole situation there. But I'm very confident in this Bucks team heading into the playoffs. So like I said, Bucks by 6.
So we both have a rematch of last year's NFC Championship, but let's move on to the AFC. I have Titans versus Raiders. We both do. I have Titans beating the Raiders by 7. I think it will be a run-heavy game, and that's why it's a low score, and they just win by a touchdown.
Yeah, I have the Titans winning by 17. Derrick Henry hasn't played in a long time, and he's going to be 100% for this game. He could have played this week if it mattered, but they wanted to hold him out, which I think is the right decision. And I think an inspired Derrick Henry that wants to prove everybody that it's still 100%. I think torches this team. I think all of their wide receiver threats. Julio Jones should be back to 100%. I think, or at least Julio Jones to what we've seen sometimes in the playoffs. Ryan Tannehill has been good in the playoffs. He's won many playoff games with this Titans team, and I think they're going to be playing inspired. I like their defense, and I don't know if the Raiders have enough firepower to beat a team with a healthy Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I agree with that. Now we go to Chiefs versus Bills. I have Chiefs by 1. This is a rematch of the AFC Championship game. It's going to be a close game, but I believe I just think the Chiefs' experience, and I don't know if the Bills, they did destroy the Chiefs when they played in the season, and I think the Chiefs are going to use that and be prepared for this next matchup against the Bills. So I have them inevitably winning by 1 point.
Yeah, I went back and forth with this game probably like 8 times, and I ended up with my final being Bills by 3. Uh, the Chiefs struggled against a Broncos team that really did not show much fight. Well, the Chiefs had something to play for. The Broncos didn't show no fight. It's just they shouldn't have had. They didn't have much to play for, and the Chiefs did. And the Chiefs struggled, and they won the game on a fumble return for a touchdown. But I think this Bills team, again, they're inconsistent at times, but I feel like if they can get hot, which I think they will, Josh Allen and this offense are going to be something to look out for because Emmanuel Sanders, Stephon Diggs, Cole Beasley, all those guys should be playing, and that's a really tough matchup for a team that struggled on defense against teams like the Bengals, struggled against the Bills early this year, got beat 27-3 by the Titans. I've had my doubts about the Chiefs, and I'm going to continue those with this prediction here.
All right. So now you have Titans versus Bills in the AFC Championship game. Let's go back to the NFC Championship. We both have Packers versus Bucks. I have Bucks by 4 with a game-winning drive done by Tom Brady. What about you?
I have Bucks by 13. I think the Packers are going to be extra confident, and Tom Brady and this team are going to be 100% healthy. And I don't really know who's going to be healthy. I want Zadarius Smith back. He should be, but I don't know if he's going to get injured again. I want Jair Alexander back, but I don't know if he's going to be 100%. The Bakhtiari's, like I said, anything can happen, and I think Tom Brady with injuries is going to be better off than Packers with injuries. I feel like Aaron Rodgers can put too much pressure on himself to try to throw the ball down the field and make big plays, and that's when he throws picks. Is when he's forcing stuff. The secondary for the Bucks is now healthy, and that'll be huge against a team like the Packers who have wide receiver threats. Uh, and I don't see this game being close as if there are still injuries on the Packers side of the ball.
So you and I really haven't differed that much, which is a little surprising. But now we'll go to the AFC Championship game where we do differ. We have Titans versus Chiefs. I have Titans versus Chiefs. This is a rematch of an AFC Championship a few years ago. I have the Titans winning this one by 10. I just don't think the Chiefs can stop the run game. And the Titans have the run game, but they also have the passing game when they need it because they didn't really have the passing game last time they faced the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. So I have Titans advancing to the playoffs advancing to the Super Bowl to face the Bucks. What about you?
I have the Titans winning by 5, so we have the exact same Super Bowl. I think the Titans' run game will be way too much, especially they're at home. They have home field advantage. I do think that matters, especially for a team with a run game. They can. I'm just really confident with this Titans team, especially because of Derrick Henry being 100%, and that's really gonna. I'm banking on that stat that Derrick Henry will be 100% going his hardest, and that's hard to stop by anybody, let alone a Bills team that struggled against the run before this season.
Yeah, I agree. So now we have Titans versus Bucks in the Super Bowl. I have it being a close game, Bucks winning 20-17 against the Titans. What about you?
I have the Bucks winning 30-28. I think it will be high scoring because the Bucks have struggled against the run a little bit more than they used to, especially outside zone runs, which Derrick Henry can do any type of running. But I do think the Bucks get the advantage. I would probably say by Ryan Succop game-winning field goal. Uh, and like I said, 30-28 with my Super Bowl MVP being Tom Brady. I'm assuming that's yours, but I could see it being somebody else.
Yes, that is correct. It is Brady. So you and I haven't really differed much, but to me, I don't think it's really going to matter because I think the unexpected is going to happen in the wild card round. And just because anyone can win, I see it more being on the AFC side, but I didn't want to predict that because to me, it's going to be unexpected. So if I'm expecting the unexpected, it wouldn't really work out in the way that works that I want it to, if that makes sense for all listeners. What do you think in about what I just said?
Yeah, that makes sense. I think there's going to be some unpredictability about this, but I don't know how far that really goes. And normally the winners, the people at the end, are 1 seeds, 2 seeds, and higher seeds. And I don't know if the lower seeds can really push it all that far, especially with the life experience they have. Because normally teams that go really far are teams with experience. But yeah, we only differed Cowboys 49ers. I had Niners, you had
Niners.
Cowboys. Chiefs versus Bills. I had Bills, you had Chiefs. Is there any other game besides that?
Not really. So we have to rely on the Cowboys and Niners and then Chiefs and Bills. The Bills have to advance, which is something if
Well, so did the
I'm
Chiefs.
most worried. Yeah, I'm worried about the Cowboys and Niners, but also Bills versus Patriots. To me, and then the Cardinals could throw a big wrench into that too. Those 3 games kind of worry me the most, but other things could happen in all of the other games too. So these are our predictions, but we'll stay up to date and let y'all know how it turns out, and we'll of course review them after the Super Bowl. Any final thoughts, Austin?
No, I'm excited.
All right. Thank you for listening to Outsiders Opinions.